This YouTube trucker is exposing trucking scams. Awesome. Dredd is no longer alone in this freaking fight to expose these foreign criminals that have figured out how to create the most lethal underground weapon to send out on our freaking highways. What these criminals are doing, these foreigners, they're setting up these freaking crap fake freaking companies, hiring these drivers to drive these trucks. They're just double brokering freight's all they're doing, sending you out there on the road, paying you $10.99, so there's no trail back to them, you know. And they're hiring freaking pedos, freaking criminals, hardened criminals that can't get a job anywhere else. You know, people that have been convicted of really serious crimes. And I'm not saying that everybody that's been convicted of a crime is a bad person, because some people rehabilitate. The people they're hiring have not. Okay? And that's why they're the bottom of the freaking barrel as far as drivers. Alright? But then, I come on here and I try to freaking expose them. And what do? They hit my freaking videos with all kinds of fake accounts and accuse me of being a fool for calling them scammers. And half my freaking viewers did the same thing. Because they've got people fooled, man. They've got people fooled. Anyway, so long story short is, yeah, a YouTuber is exposing these people. And I just shared one of his latest videos on my community post. And of course, yes, it's Bonehead Truckers. I'm so glad. Let me turn this air down a little bit. I'm so glad that he's in this game, man, because I watched his last video, his most recent video, and it is freaking good. And he is exposing these people. And guys, if you get a chance, go watch his video about that I-20 crash. That's another expose on another $10.99 trucking scam. Guys, these companies are awful. The people that run them are awful. Yeah, a lot of them are in Chicago. The majority of them are out of Chicago. Why do you think that is? Because that bunch up there lets them get away with that stuff. They don't crack down on anything. Okay, and there's getting to be a few of them out in California too. California needs to crack down on them, but they won't, right? Because they're affiliated with the same organization. Okay? So that's why they run those operations where they do. Anyway, so what they're doing is they figured out a way to create a weapon. They put these sickos, these weirdos, these people that should never be in a freaking truck, they put them out there on our freaking highways to terrorize the population and cause crashes and to disrupt our supply chain. Okay, because look, what you know that I was saying that a few bad apples run the whole bunch. Well, it is screwing up the trucking industry because they're also ripping drivers off. Okay, and then you get somebody like me that tries to expose them. They attack my videos. They'll put on your work record that you're drunk and you abandoned the trucks. Anything they can to keep you from getting a job. Long story short, they're doing that same thing to everybody. So if you work for them, then you must be at the very bottom of your trucking career. You either got a bad freaking record or you've been off the road for a freaking while and you don't have recent over the road and you think that's the only solution. That is not a solution. That is a problem. Because they're going to scam you. They're going to use you to cause some kind of a major catastrophe out there. And they're going to put all the blame on you. You're going to be at fault, and they've succeeded at screwing up our transportation and our economy, you know. So anyway, these foreigners do not like America. They do not like American citizens. They are not in this to help you. They are in this to destroy you and to destroy our country. And like Bonehead Trucker said in his video, Sean Duffy is looking into this, so there is something in the works. Don't know for sure exactly what, but man, they need to crack down on these people and they need to get them off our freaking roads. Foreigners that are not citizens in this country, that do not pledge allegiance to our freaking flag, should not be owning trucking companies in this country. Okay, because that is dangerous. An 80,000 pound rig rolling down the highway is a freaking weapon if it's not controlled properly. And these idiots have proven over and over that they're not controlling them properly. Okay, so they should not be operating them. They should not be owning them, renting them, operating, or using them in any possible way. Okay, so that being said, if you happen to be one of those truck drivers that finds yourself at one of them foreign 1099 companies based out of Chicago or some shit, guys, that ain't the only freaking solution. You can't freaking work anywhere else because no one else will freaking hire you because of your record or because of you don't have recent over the road. Don't go doing that. Those guys are not our friends. Guys, that's what Western Express is for. Go work for them freaking people until you get enough experience to go with somebody else. Or at least for a couple of years until some stuff falls off your record. Okay? Warner Enterprises has been known to give people a second chance. They might stick you with a trainer for a couple of weeks, but hey, that's a whole lot better than the freaking foreign 1099 companies. At least the Warner cares about America, you know. All right, so guys, we're getting to a point here where we have got to start sticking with American owned and American made, right? That's where we're at. How do you feel about it? I almost don't freaking care how people feel about it because I have been trolled pretty freaking bad over trying to expose these people over the past few years, and I'm glad I just found out I'm not alone in this fight. So go check out Bonehead Truckers on YouTube, and you're going to find out a whole lot more about this. So till next time, dread out.